Unleaded Toast presents An Elegy in Crimson, Episode 5, Etienne Marcelle, Part 2. If you like what you hear, consider liking, subscribing, or leaving a comment. It means a lot to us, and your feedback is very important. Thanks. Before we begin, a kindness of sorts. This show, this unholy elegy touches dark things. Violence, betrayal, power twisted until it screams, coercion, obsession, regret. The decay of love, yes, but also the predatory ecstasy of domination. The vampires you'll meet, although they're not brooding romantics, they're apex predators dressed in silk and shadow. And the mortals? Oh, they're sheep, fleeting, often forgotten. Unless they amuse. They will kill you. They will seduce you. They will destroy what they love the most. Violence here is not without prejudice. Oh, and it is very rarely gentle. Some episodes will hurt. Some may unearth your own forgotten wounds. Oh, you have permission to pause, to breathe, to walk away. But if you stay knowing the void watches back. Mesdames and messieurs, revenants and wretches, you remember our darling from last time, don't you? Oh, that gutter-born angel with fingers too quick for your coin purse and a smile that promised to ruin more than comfort. They survived not with a sword or scripture, oh, but with sparkle. They slipped the noose with a wink, they turned jeers into applause, they spun mockery into magic. Death looked at Etienne and whispered, "Encore." And so Romulus came, plucking them from the mud and blood, kissing them into eternity, polishing them into something far more dangerous than a blade or bullet. Not a knight, not a priest, but a masquerader, a paper goddess, a darling disaster, fluttering, delicate as lace, and just as ready to cut your throat. They learned to steal, they learned to manipulate, they silenced those who would unmask them, and when revenge called, oh, they answered with an ovation of screams. So clap your hands once more, my beauties. The spotlight is hotter now. The quill trembles sharper. Oh, and our mirror-eyed darling of the void is ready for Act 2. Audience, bare your throats, hide your hearts. The masquerade is about to draw blood.
He tasted like self-satisfaction. He tasted like the feeling of taking a bow on the stage, listening to the thunderous sound of applause.
Oh, you enjoy that far too much, don't you? The bow, the spotlight, the pretending the world is just gasping for you.
Very much.
So how are you liking our little show so far? Must feel nice, Must feel familiar, finally getting top billing. Even if it's only because you're tonight's cautionary tale.
I admit I am charmed by the performance, by the theater of it all, but I'm interested to see where it goes.
Oh, so am I. I mean, I don't know where these things go either, but let's find out, shall we? Soon, after poor Mr. Banker met his little end, you finally got clever, didn't you, my little resourceful beast? Build yourself a nice, tidy little blood bank. Tell me, sweetheart, what ingenious little system did you invent to keep that pretty little mouth of yours fed?
By that point in time, the theater had sort of given way to small shows, cabarets, things of that nature. I was, of course, very interested in seeing how these events went. They were hedonistic and full of debauchery, and people who were willing to give all of their money over to be entertained. And so I gave them what they wanted. I found ways to show off talents, to create a following, to turn myself into a caricature, a template, a being that suited whatever their imaginations needed. And as I built up this admiration, this connection that they felt between the character and themselves, and invited them to get closer to that character, to get closer to that story, because all of us, human, vampire, we all enjoy story. We all want it to make sense. We all want to feel connected. And just about the time where they had given almost complete trust to me, that was when I fed. That was when it tasted the sweetest.
Someone got a pet. Small, fragile, and for some reason still breathing. What did they see in you? Divinity? Damnation? A paycheck? And why couldn't you kill them like the rest? What was it? Was it weakness? Or was it sentiment? Did you just enjoy watching someone break? Slowly.
That, poor Jonathan.
Oh, Jonathan.
His adoration was beyond me. It was almost divine in a way. The stories that he created, the scripts that he wrote for me, they were beyond art. They touched into the very nature of the world itself. And it wasn't him as much as what he represented, the things that he could put into the world. Every once in a while, a human comes forth that creates things that will be permanent as even vampires. And we vampires are not very good at creating.
You are not. That's the one thing that you have said tonight that is true. So tell me, how did you destroy Jonathan? We all want to know.
He should never have met her. That simpering, sad little being that he fell in love with. Love at first sight, if you can believe it. And what did she want him to do? To step away from the pauper's life, to be a gentleman, to take up accounting, a business that would be profitable in numbers and would steal away his creativity. And this sad little romantic creature was so enamored of this woman. I couldn't persuade him otherwise. Despite all of my power, despite all of my ability, I could not break that bond. And so I thought that if she didn't exist, I thought that if something truly awful had happened to her, that maybe it would spur on some greatness in him. And so I left her on their marital bed. I thought it was as close to creation and art as I've ever gotten. It was a beautiful scene. I waited for him to see it, but it never recovered. For whatever reason, his mind couldn't take it.
Oh, you're leaning hard into your nature now. Murdered on a marital bed, subtle as a brick through stained glass. Fine. We'll give you an A for creativity. You do love to make a mess. So there was an incident. Shortly after this, I believe. You were on stage, darling, and the crowd, oh, they adored you. Until they didn't. They saw something, didn't they? A mark. A mark you didn't even know you were wearing. Oh, sugar, what kind of horror slipped from your skin? What mark, what mutilation, what monstrous little twitch gave you away? What made them try to tear you limb from limb, to chase you out of town like a rabid dog? And tell me, why did you have to choose yet another name?
Is this something we must speak of?
Oh, you know. And if we don't speak of it, the book will write it down anyway, and that is so boring. Let's talk about it right here, right now. We're all friends here, darling. We're all friends watching. The world was yours, wasn't it? At least in that pretty little head of yours. You stood there, drinking in the crowd's adoration like it was your birthright. Until it wasn't. Until they saw you for exactly what you are. Come on now. Tell me.
I'd rather not, but... Yes, that fateful night. There was a feeling, something shifting, something changing. And we are not creatures of change. We are creatures of immortal patience. The world changes around us, but we do not change. And yet, inside of me, there was this deep feeling of change. And when I heard the screams, I looked down, and my hands were like daggers, long and thin. Second joints had become third joints. The muscles in my mouth had changed. The jaw had elongated. Everything about me had gotten longer and disproportionate, somehow stretched almost. I was almost too clumsy to flee at that point, but I managed.
Oh, that is so beautiful. Well, you did manage it. And when you finally fled, there were a group with their arms open wide, ready to catch you. I can't decide if it was in spite of the way you looked or because of it. But there they stood. I'd call them a cult, but you probably didn't. No, you were welcomed into their little congregation of creeps. So tell me, my sweet little thing, who ushered you in? And what unholy rite did you have to perform to crack their little circle wide open? What did you have to do? Oh, this is so delicious. I do love a good cult story.
Oh, the devotees of the inverted pyramid. I remember them. They saw in me something. Well, they tried to tell me it was divine, but that wasn't what they were. They were looking for the divine, but not the divine through me, more to be able to remove the divine from me. I had nowhere to go, so I did what I never did. I trusted them. I had to. It took me years to get my form back to something that I could manage with, to learn how to control it. And so I needed them, despite the fact that they were, well, fanatics.
Yes, you reinvented yourself. Oh, how terribly modern of you. And what silk-draped lie did you don, my darling? What name drips from your lips like poisoned down velvet? Did you really think a new label would help make the bottle any less toxic?
They were looking for a goddess, so I gave them the name Inanna. A goddess of old, a goddess of Babylon, a goddess of, well, of all the things that they wanted, those powers that they thought were nearly in their grasp.
Darling, I don't think she's terribly happy about this.
No, I don't think she was. But we do what we must.
So, shortly after that, something about hymns, holy symbols, that sort of thing. Oh, it just ties her insides into a sailor's knot, doesn't it? Oh, my poor little abomination, tell us. What sacred trinket sears your flesh or boils your blood? Oh, go on, darling, don't be shy. The whole congregation's dying to know. And do speak up. We wouldn't want the choir to miss a single note of this suffering.
Well, one that is thankfully out of style these days. No one carries relic bones anymore. The bones of saints and those who lived their lives according to fast moral codes and powerful dedication. Something about them is anathema to my very existence.
What happened to clue you in?
Oh, the cult itself. They thought that these relics would hold the power that they craved so much. They thought that I could bless them in some way, to taint them, to corrupt these relics so that they could steal the power from them.
Oh.
They were very wrong.
Instead, they just try to kill you. Shocking, I know.
Yeah, they did.
So my poor little relic, let me get this straight. You fall in with a pack of robe-wearing fanatics who decide to worship you. Then they want to yank the divine right out of you, milk you for power, so to speak. Whatever, cults like to do. And then during your time with them, you thought you'd... what? Rebrand yourself as something a little more publicly acceptable? Oh, adorable. Do I have that right, or am I overselling you a little bit?
No, you've mostly got the The framework of it, yes.
Oh, and now? Now you're suddenly a picture of self-restraint. Oh, how precious. So tell me, what's your big secret? What miraculous little trick keeps the beast on a leash? Is it a darling mantra you whisper to yourself at night? Or just something shiny, like a little bauble you clutch while you're pretending to be civilized?
Oh, well. I told you of my friend, Bernard, and how he taught me the ways of sleight of hand and prestidigitation, and how to load dice and how to do card tricks, and he left me with a set of dice. And I don't know what it is, some strange sentimentality left over, but those dice in my hand, the movement of them going nearly unseen from one hand to the next, or from hand to the pocket, back into the hand, or under the cups. Something about the rhythm of those movements allowed me to find myself again.
Oh, that is just so touching. Makes me want to cry. Not really. I'm just adding a little dramatic effect there. See what I've done? No. Now you can tell me if I'm wrong here, but I'm never wrong. Seems you drifted off at some point, slept like the dead. Imagine that. And something found you. A ghost with a grievance, a lover with a lament, or maybe it was someone who knows someone you ruined. They come to you in a dream, and we all want to know, did they curse you with the truth, or kiss you with forgiveness? What did they do, my darling?
I told you about my first kill. I didn't tell you. And the first kill was driven by need, by a desire to satiate the hunger and to divest myself of the weaker of emotions. The second kill was just something I wanted. And so, as I was sleeping, the dream entity took me to a manor house, to a bedroom, a lavish bedroom, and revealed itself to be my father, who I had slain in that very bedroom.
Yes, you did. Oh, isn't that entertaining, my sweet?
He proceeded to tell me that I had been an abomination far longer than I had been turned, that I had been an abomination from birth.
Go on.
He, in the dream, took that signet ring, the one that has been on a chain around my neck since I was a small child. He took it from me. He put it in the fire. He got it so red hot that it glowed. And then he branded it onto my forearm. And the pain was so immense that I woke from my sleep.
So your father, not the forgiving type, or was, he's dead now, long dead. And after this little incident, until the very moment you stepped into the void today, you completely forgotten him, hadn't you? No memory at all of who your father was.
None.
Which I suppose is a blessing, considering he clearly forgot to raise you into anything worth remembering. Oh, and then the centuries just slip by. You're little more than an animal staggering through life on autopilot. Everyone you ever knew up until this very point, gone. Dead. All of them. And you? Completely, utterly, 100% alone. Now, if my calculations are correct, and they always are correct, we're somewhere between 1800 and 1900. And something awakens you. The crowd adores you again, but they can never know your name. So tell me, darling, how did you claw your way back to fame? Through art, was it?
There was a man.
Oh, it's always a man.
And I saw him on the stage, and I knew that was how I could make my living. In that time, the Americas were desperate for mysticism, for magic, for some sense of supernatural, and they weren't necessarily wanting to believe it was real. They just wanted to get close enough to feel it. And so when I first saw a stage magician, when I first saw the pomp and circumstance, the absolute illusion turned real, I knew that was the key. So I turned myself towards the art of being an illusionist.
Tell me, did you talk to the spirits?
I don't necessarily think that I talked to them obviously as much as I let on, but I would say I was contacted from time to time by something real, or as real as spirits can get.
Oh, we'll come back, because that's kind of important. But now, right now, you're basking in it. Famous again, feeding off the applause like it's blood. And then you make the mistake that only an arrogant immortal could make. Immortality forgets, darling. But ink? Oh, ink will drag your sins screaming into the future. So tell me, what did you trap in those pages? What truth, too revolting to vanish, did you actually commit to paper? And please, don't insult us with some dainty little convention. I want the filth.
I made the mistake of making the magic too real. I couldn't die, couldn't drown, couldn't be killed by the normal means that, bullets and those sort of things. So I started getting sloppy. I started getting too prideful. And so the big finales became more risky as they stopped being illusions and started being, just me surviving because I could. And so developing these new contraptions I wrote down my plans. I had the people that would build them for me. And unfortunately, they realized that there was no way for anyone to survive the traps that they were building. That smart man who I had building my devices, he figured it out. And he took it with him when he left.
Did you ever catch up to him?
No, but I caught up to his grandson.
Oh, I do love revenge that stains the bloodline. Generations paying for the sins they never committed. Oh, it's almost art. So tell me, darling, who bore the brunt? And please, don't keep me in waiting.
He had, unfortunately, well, for him, I guess, passed away before he could really share his secrets. And so they lay dormant for several years until his grandson took up the business. By that time, I was traveling, and I just happened to recognize the name on a flyer. And when I went to visit, of course under a totally different name than I had talked to his grandfather, and I realized that that's who it was. Well, I had to have those papers back, didn't I? I couldn't have anyone telling.
How deliciously evil. I'm developing a new respect for you.
I do feel a little bad about that when he was a very talented engineer. He could have been, well, could have been very famous and very rich.
But he didn't become famous and rich. And all because of you. That is a fantastic story. I could roll in that one. But let's take a little turn, shall we? Because in the middle of all this glorious wreckage, we're here, at least in theory, trying to fight for your, what is it? What is that? Oh, life. Life, yes. As if that tattered little thing is worth the trouble. So let's jump ahead. Let's jump way ahead. A muse, a flame, a broken toy. Who is that soft-lipped poet foolish enough to catch your cold, cold eye?
This is one we must talk about as well, I suppose.
Oh yes, of course, you know it's going to come up.
Yes, I thought it might. There was another immortal, young. I don't remember where it was we came across each other. Maybe it was when we moved out west. He had only received the gift just a couple of years before, still had enough humanity that part of his soul existed, and the words of creation still flowed through him. He still had that connection to the world that I had long since passed and kept chasing and couldn't quite ever catch. But he had it.
But you took it from him, didn't you? After meeting you, he never wrote another poem. Not one.
No.
You trained the ink right out of him. Just like you do everything else.
Oh, I was so jealous of that. That ability to, I could wow, I could change, I could dazzle, and I couldn't create I couldn't make. Everything that I did felt just like what it was, smoke and mirrors and all illusion, and he could create things that were beautiful.
What happened to you two?
When I last left him, it was a crowd of people surrounding him as they strapped him on to a stake and lit the fire.
Oh, and you just left him to burn.
What could I do? He was already halfway there.
Oh, you do realize that burning, that wasn't going to kill him, don't you? No, darling, he would have been staked up there for hours. And when they finally realized he wasn't dead, oh, I could only imagine the panic, the screaming, the scrambling for something sharper. Oh, you really are a wicked little creature.
He stayed there until they found him and they pulled him down off of that post where he was already starting to come back. And I thought then, maybe I should save him then. I could have. I was standing in the distance watching. I could have came in and killed every one of them, but no. I suggested that he should stay in the stocks to be seen by everyone in town for the fake that he was. And of course, when they did so and the sun came up, they got a show. And he really, truly did burn then.
Oh, you killed another immortal? Oh, that could not have made you friends. Oh, but that's a story for another time. And so the second act of Etienne Marcelle is writ. Not merely a soldier's shame, no. Not only a jester's mask, but a predator perfected. A mirrored-eyed darling who learned that survival was more than sparkle. It was theft, manipulation, and revenge painted in rouge. But the void, my darlings? Oh, the void is never sated. And neither are they. Etienne does not simply kill, oh no. They captivate. They make you laugh before they ruin you. They make you fall in love before they bleed you dry. Every cruelty, a curtain call. Every sin, an encore demanded by the dark. And tonight, this trickster's mask was worn by Maeve Fox, tabletop gamer, poet, artist, and darling of many stages. She dances through endless night gaming in not one, not two, but 3 games. You can find her charms in the links listed below. And should you crave her words carved in ink, her poetry awaits you in the volume Letting Go of Me. Oh, seek it, sweet ones, if you dare to be moved. Look for the link below. As always, thank you for stepping into the void with us. If this tale drew blood from your heart, leave a review, whisper it to a friend, or simply sit in the hush. But remember, this was Act 2. The dice are nearly spent, the mask is slipping, and Etienne will return, not only dazzling, but damned. Until then, the book quivers shut, the quill drops its last. And you, my beloved masqueraders, oh, you should pray the spotlight never turns your way.